Hi guys, welcome to my masterclass on setting up a Dual Dagger Assassin Rogue. It's going to be a two-part video. The first part is going to show you the basic attacks, how to build up your skill tree, and then going into the specialization skill tree for the Assassin. And the next video will also show using throwing blades and using the death mark. So we'll just go into the character skill tree. Now the three trees we're going to build up are double daggers, using sabotage and subterfuge. Now to begin with, we want to build up a couple of attacks first. So you're going to go with flank attack and twin fangs. I'll add those on there. And also make sure you've got them in the buttons that you know if you're using a controller, because you always want to know where that is. It becomes second memory after a while. And then we want to go into getting stealth. Part of being the assassin, particularly the double dagger assassin, is using stealth. Now once you've got stealth available, I suggest building up first back on flank attack, because when you use this upgraded, it puts you in stealth. It's a two-part move. You go through one way and back. It puts you back into stealth, so you can use that attack to put you into stealth. Now from there, it's a choice of yours whether you build up going into stealth quicker and longer, or using threat reduction. I'll use the threat reduction to begin with. And a very important one, knockout powder. When you've got shielded enemies like Templars, archers that are really picking people off and getting on your ass, you just knock them out, put them to sleep, go and attack something else, come back to them later. So we'll use that one. On there. And caltrops. I know a lot of people don't use them, but I like to use the speed reduction on characters, particularly Templars and some of the other things you come across. So I will build this up. And I'll put that on my square button there. It depends on whether you wanted to upgrade the stealth first or twin fangs. It doesn't really matter which one you go into. I'll have stealth quicker. You can chop and choose the way that you do this last few skill points. Build up twin fangs. There's a couple of passives that you want to use here. One particularly looked like it hurt. Every time you get a critical hit, you're going to get 10 stamina restored, plus the cunning on unlock as well. So I should build that up. Now I've built everything I'm going to use in subterfuge. They're the only things I'm going to use at this point. This is going to get overruled by the assassin's knockout bomb, so you will respec this one later. I'll show you next time around. I'm not going to spend any more skill points in sabotage. So what we're going to do is go down here. You've got stamina restored for every kill, plus 50, and dexterity, another passive skill. Sneak attack, so this builds up your critical chance, which is going to chain well with looked like it hurt. And then death blow. Death blow you want to be using particularly on enemies with low health. And if you get a kill, once it's upgraded, if you get a kill, it's going to reset it, so there'll be no cooldown. That's a big bonus. I'll put that on my triangle. So if you're using a controller, make sure that they are mapped on buttons that you can memorize very easy. You'll know where they are every time you want to do an attack. And your attacks you want to have on the front side and the others on the back, purely because you can see it. As soon as it's reset, you know it's there. You don't have to think. Okay, so let's go in. There are 15 points spent. We'll go and look at the video and show you how you're going to use these skills and chain them in the battle arena. Okay, so we'll start off showing you a couple of different attacks, as I showed in the skill tree, using the flank attack, twin fangs, death blow, and knockout powder. So knockout powder, 2 wyverns, put them to sleep. In stealth, have a look around, which one's weaker. Go in, do a flanking attack, get in from behind, get more damage. Stealth, so you can use your stealth, look around, so again, see which one's weakest. Attack that. Using a flank attack there, puts me back into stealth. Now the Twin Fangs. You want to come in from behind, from stealth. See the big numbers coming up there. Sunders the armour, leaves it a little bit weaker. Flanking attack. Puts me back into stealth. So there's 2 attacks and I'm back in stealth. Leaves me just stand there, pick a shot, a couple more Twin Fangs on there. And then Death Blow. Once it's down, it's weak. Hit it with Death Blow. Didn't reset that time, didn't quite get the killing blow, but you will see that in the next few attacks. Flanking attack, puts me in stealth. Twin Fangs. And then Death Blow. Now you'll see it reset there on the triangle button to bomb. Put it to sleep. Death Blow. Reset. Couple of Twin Fangs. It's weak. Use a Death Blow. Kills it off. Resets. In with Twin Fangs. Use a flanking attack. Puts me back in stealth. Now if you use a Mighty Offensive Tonic, this gives you massive extra damage. See the big numbers there. And literally 3 attacks. He's down. You can see the 10,000 come up there. Huge damage. Don't really use Mighty Offensive Tonic a lot. It's mainly against big fights, you know, like the dragons and stuff. Right, so you got your shielded enemies, a couple of archers, or 1 archer. Put a couple to sleep. What I sometimes do is change to my tank, use a pitch grenade. Whilst they're in that pitch, they do less damage and take more damage. So it's the one grenade I use in the game a lot. Come in with my assassin, Twin Fangs. Whilst they're stood there, they're taking more damage, so you can just go mad on them. Drop some caltrops on him. You can see the speed he's moving around there. He's totally rendered useless. Whilst you're in stealth, you can just circle around the enemy, wait till they've got their back turned to you. Use a Death Blow on him. Again, different one here. Wait till you get their attention, then go into stealth. Let them group up. Knock them all out. Whole group of enemy, totally rendered useless. Pick one off. Get in behind them, start chopping them up. Twin Fangs, you see how much damage you do with the Twin Fangs when you come in from behind. And again, you've got a shielded enemy, they're pretty hard, those shielded enemies. Knock him out for a few seconds, gives you a chance to get behind him. Finish him off. Yeah, come in against a group of enemies, put one asleep. Attack the other one. There's an archer, put the archer asleep. Go into stealth. Wait till he's behind. Big hit with Twin Fangs. Knock the enemy out, gives you a second. Big hit with Twin Fangs again from stealth. You can see here again, you've got a couple of different enemies. You have a look at the enemies on the way down. See where the archer is. Drop some caltrops down next to the big guy. Go into stealth. Come around. Take the archer out. You can see how quick you can chain these attacks as well. I mean, these are pretty tough characters. This is all in nightmare mode. All these enemies are in nightmare, so you can see how difficult they are. Now a giants, one of the toughest things in the whole game. You try soloing one of these on your own. They take a right beating, but they do these attacks constantly, slamming the ground, so you want to keep clear of them. Giants are immune to things like caltrops, putting to sleep. Are immune to most things, debilitating attacks. But you want to be coming in from behind as much as you can. So in the next video you'll be looking at throwing blades and going back into the specialisation skill tree. You've got hidden blades. We'll respec using the knockout bomb, which you can throw at the enemy. And Mark of Death, which is an absolute godsend. Huge damage bonus. So as I said, this is a two-part video. The next video we'll look at all those specialisation skills, and then we'll go on to showing fights against dragons and things like that as well, particularly with the death mark. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Goodbye.